She knew this was the end. Her hands trembled as she gripped the ritual dagger, tears mixing with the blood on her face. The Tantrik spirit was growing stronger. Priya was lying on the ground, convulsing, her mouth foaming, her eyes rolling back into her head. The Ojha was screaming, chanting mantras, but it wasn't working. Priya's mother whispered, "I'm sorry, beta." She plunged the dagger into her chest. Blood spilled from her mouth as the world faded into darkness. It all started when Priya's family moved into an old Goan villa. The house was stunning, Portuguese architecture, high ceilings, and a strange ancient charm. Priya's father had gotten a job transfer to Goa, and the house was available for a suspiciously low price. But the locals avoided it. Some crossed themselves when they passed by. Others whispered that the house was cursed. "Why is everyone so scared of this place?" Priya had asked her mother. Her mother smiled faintly. "They're just superstitious." Priya was curious. She wandered through the old halls, running her hand along the cool walls. That's when she found it. Under a dusty carpet in the hallway, she discovered a trapdoor. Priya's voice was soft. "What's this?" She descended into a dark, candlelit underground chamber. The chamber was cold and damp. Strange symbols covered the walls. Old wooden shelves held blackened dolls, bones, and strange objects. In the center of the room lay an ancient brass locket. Priya picked it up. A cold breeze blew through the room. That's when it started. Priya started having nightmares. She woke up with bruises on her arms, bruises shaped like handprints. Then, she started hearing the anklets. At night, she would hear them echoing through the house. Gungroos, moving closer and closer. And then, the shadow. It would flicker across the walls under the moonlight. Priya's mother grew worried. "Are you okay, beta?" "I keep hearing something," Priya whispered. "Someone's walking around the house at night." Her mother's face darkened. Priya's mother went to an old village woman for answers. The woman's voice was low and grave. The house belonged to a powerful Tantrik. He was killed during a failed ritual. Now he wants a new vessel. Priya's mother's breath quickened. "What can we do?" "You need to leave," the woman said. Priya's mother gripped the woman's hand. "Please, help me." The woman's eyes softened. "You'll need an Ojha." The Ojha arrived the next night. Priya was sitting on the floor, the locket around her neck. Her face was pale, her eyes dark. The Ojha's voice was strong and commanding. "Priya, open your eyes." Priya's eyes snapped open, but it wasn't Priya anymore. Priya's voice turned deep and distorted. "She's mine now." The Ojha stepped forward, holding out a copper pot filled with holy water. He began chanting mantras. Priya laughed, a guttural, twisted sound. "You think you can save her?" The Ojha threw the water toward Priya. She screamed, thrashing violently. The Ojha shouted, "He wants a sacrifice." Priya's mother stood frozen, tears in her eyes. "No. He won't leave unless he's given blood," the Ojha said. Priya's mother's hands trembled. "I can't." "You must." Priya's possessed body writhed on the floor. Her mouth opened unnaturally wide. A dark shadow hovered above her. Her mother knelt before her, clutching the dagger. Priya's mother's voice was barely a whisper. "I'm sorry, beta." She plunged the dagger into her chest. The Tantrik spirit screamed. Priya's body went limp. The room fell silent. Priya opened her eyes and saw her mother's body lying in a pool of blood. "Ma!" Priya crawled toward her mother, her hands shaking. "Ma, please wake up." Priya was saved, but the cost was unbearable.